Welcome back to Miller's in Motion. The day has finally gotten here. The brand new rig is hooked up and we're ready to hit the road. Our first stop is back to Texas. We have to make it all the way back down there because we still need to finish moving in. We have a bunch of modifications we want to get done pretty quickly. And it's been great up in here in Elkhart. Thank you so much to the team at Alliance RV for taking care of us and the More Ride team for taking care of us, because I gotta tell you, we are beyond excited and happy about this coach. We cannot wait to hit the road with it. We're gonna do something unique too. We're gonna talk about the coach a little bit. You're gonna get your first sneak peek of like behind the scenes with us and it. Also, we're gonna try and make it back to Texas in only 2-night stay. So we're gonna go a little bit today. We're gonna have a 9-hour drive day tomorrow, and then we're at another short one after that to finish off the drive. But we're gonna only stay at Love's RV Stops. Never been to one. And this is a very long coach, so I'm curious to see how that goes. So let's hit the road and head towards our first Loves. So in typical Ryan and Lauren fashion, Lauren did fly back about a week ago tomorrow, so like 6 days ago. You know, when we do stuff, we can never do it the easy way. It took a little longer to pick the coach up than we thought it was going to, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Plus, we wanted to make sure everything was right, and then we obviously did the More Ride install. And I will tell you that I just went to the south side of Chicago. Thank God for the More Ride IS system. If you are considering getting it, I will tell you right now, just do it. It is absolutely amazing. I mean, there were scenarios that I normally would have had to slow down to maybe 30 miles an hour on the interstate, and I hit some junctions that would have been awful in our old coach, and it was perfectly fine in this. I mean, the IS is an absolutely amazing upgrade that I would recommend to anybody. You may be asking the question, Ryan, why in the world are you stopping at just Love's RV Stops? So a couple of things. One, this obviously is a brand new coach. We don't have our solar system on it. Normally we would just boondock all the way back, but because we don't have the solar on it, and the fact that it's been super hot in the central United States so far, I don't want to be without the AC because I have the dog. So I'm not sure I'm going to hook up water and sewer. I did put a little bit of water on board. The same amount I would normally do just if I was going to boondock on the way down somewhere. So we're going to treat it like we're boondocking. I just want to have the luxury of a pedestal because I have the dogs and it's been so hot. Plus, we're still getting familiar with this coach. We will be putting a solar system on this RV. We just haven't done that yet. So, I mean, obviously, this is the first time I've towed it further than like 4 miles just around Elkhart. So excited to get it down to Texas so that we can get Todd's hands on it for the battery and solar install. But let's talk a little bit about Loves. Let me get you caught up to what I've done so far. So I wasn't 100% sure what day I was leaving, so I left that portion a little open-ended. And as far as the route back, the longer that I stayed in Elkhart, the faster I wanted to get back. If you've been around the channel for a little while, you know, like coming back from the Florida RV Super Show this last year, we're not scared of a long drive day. Now, that being said, this Alliance Valor that's behind me is a little bit on the big side, and so I didn't want to push myself too hard. Plus, we've been working really hard up there. We've shot a ton of content for you guys, and I didn't want to overexert myself, I guess is the best way to say that. So I decided, because the Alliance was working on the rig this morning, I was only going to drive about 3 or 4 hours today, and that was going to be it. So we are stopping at a Love's RV Stop. Now, there are 2 kinds of stops at Love's. You have Love's RV Hookups and Love's RV Stops. Stop is like the full campground with amenities. RV Hookup, there's anywhere from 3 to 5-ish just sites. They're kind of off to the side. There's really no amenities. It's pretty much a parking spot that happens to have full hookups. So those are the difference in those 2 things. One thing that's unique about the Love's RV Stop that's different than any traditional campground is it's non-attended, which means, I mean, there's people that come by and clean sites and do stuff, but there's no like office, there's no any of that. So you do have to make a reservation online before you show up. Now you could do it minutes before you show up. That part, they don't care. But to catch you up with what I've done is I searched out my route, figured out where I wanted to go. We personally use RV Life. We have a whole video on how we route plan. Be happy to link that if you're curious on how. And then once I figured out my stops and where I wanted to stop, I picked the couple of overnighters. And what you do is you just go online and you make a reservation. I created an account because I was going to have to make multiple reservations, and that's as simple as that. You get a text message, they give you the Wi-Fi codes, everything. Something else that's interesting too is they don't turn the electric on in your site until you actually get there and you check in. I thought that was super interesting. I don't know if people are stealing other people's electricity or not, but you do have to be there to check in. There, when you get there, there's going to be a kiosk, and we'll take you through all that once we get there. One of the bonus of staying at a Love's RV stop, right before you go park, you can fill up. If you've got a TSD card, you should get open roads. You should have it. So I just pulled up. You can see that there's a little RV stop looking thing, and we're going to pop out in just 1 second. But it's important to know too that you put your cell phone number down. And I got a text message earlier said I could check in from my phone or this kiosk. It also gave me the gate codes and everything else. But we're going to go check in that way just to see how it goes, because I don't honestly know. This is a learning process for everybody. Yeah, so let's go check in, I guess. So if you can see it, I don't know my confirmation code. We are checked in, which means the power should be on and the gate is now opening. So I'm going to put you down for 1 second so I can get through this without accidentally swiping the coach, because I don't want to break the brand new RV. So I chose Site 10, which is actually back there, but they're angled the other way, so I got to go up here and turn around, essentially, because I was hoping I could overhang. I think that's going to be the better bet. I'm guessing. I don't know. So these sites say they're all 50 feet. The problem is when I'm hooked up, I'm like 65 with this new RV, and so, but I'm seeing like there's a Prevo with like a car carrier that's way longer than what is supposed to fit. So I'm assuming they don't mind overhang. I hope not. But I was trying to overhang backwards over grass so that it didn't stick out into the road. That was my main concern. So let's go get backed in. I'm not 100% sure if I said this yet or not, but we are just overnighting. So I have zero intention of hooking up anything. I literally just want to spot the park. I'm going to walk over to Love's and get some dinner because there's a couple of restaurants over there. That's the extent of what we're looking for. I would boondock if I could, but I don't have a solar system, so I can't, and I haven't connected the generator yet, and I don't have fuel for that. So I want a pedestal. What we're getting at. Glamping. I'm glamping today. All right, well, confirmed we kind of fit in a 50-foot site. I mean, we're overhanging pretty solid, but all our tires and jacks are on the concrete. But yeah, we overhang. I mean, a little bit, but that's okay. We're not horribly level. This thing slopes pretty far forward, but I didn't have to unhook. I'm a little low in the front, and I kind of knew that was going to happen. Just based on how I was watching it. So but I'm okay with it because it's not the absolute end of the world. I'm realizing that I need to clean. Coach just needs a little love. So we're gonna get the pups out still. Pop slides out, turned ACs on to get those kind of rolling. Yeah, so let's get the dogs out. I judge everything based on dog parks. Got a decent dog park, we're good. But let's get them out, let them go to the dog park for a little bit, and then take them back inside, let them get a drink of water, and yeah, we'll kind of check out what else is going on here once I get somewhat settled in. I still need to hook up water if I want it, sewer again if I want it, and I'll probably throw Starlink out just because I could use some internet. So anyway, dogs. So I actually picked this site because it's like right across from the dog park. Oh, they're hyper. They've been in the truck for a while. We walked a little bit at Alliance and then obviously getting here. So yeah, let's let them play outside for a little bit. Okay, well, first fail. There seems to be some sort of a water leak right in this section of the dog park. So yeah, I'm not letting them off the leash because I don't want to clean them up. Mishka's a white dog, pass. So they do need to go to the bathroom, so we'll hang out here for a little bit, and then I'll take them on a walk. But unfortunately, no dog park. So yeah, it is what it is. They fixed the water leak. That's how close we are. So you can tell that the rig is a little nose down. That's fine. It's not too bad. It's about an inch or so based on the Level Mate Pro. But at least it's there. We've got power so the ACs can run. So we will be comfortable tonight. That's all that matters at the end of the day. All right, well, there's not a lot going on in this campsite, and I'm using that term loosely. It is technically a campsite, but they put a lot of gravel down. You can tell it's meant for quick overnight stops, that kind of stuff. But I figured I want to show you anyway, and I want to compare this one to the next one we're going to be at tomorrow night. So pretty basic site. You have a picnic table. Some have fire rings. I don't. It's fine. I'm not going to use it. It is a concrete site, not the most level thing. So I'm pretty far down in the nose. I was just barely able to still hook up without pulling the truck up. I don't want to ever pull this up on the suspension of the truck. So now I do have a lot of air in my airbag. I normally travel about 70 PSI. It's there, and we are just at where I would be comfortable unhooking. Normally I let all the air out before I unhook. So I just didn't do that. So the entrance is down there. You come in this way, and then there's some back-end sites. Technically, I think those over there could be pull-through on the right-hand side. Left are definitely back-in. Then you have these sites on this side where I'm at, and these are all back-in, and you actually have to go down there, and then that's like the original or main part of the campground down here. So it's an oval. You can see those rigs right through here. Those are all pull-throughs, and then there's back-ends behind them that you can't see, and there's more back-ends just over those power poles over there, or light poles that you can't see either. You know, they're not bad. There's the fire pit I was kind of talking about. Again, it's just kind of a quick, fast stopover. So online they really boast about amenities, and there's a sign that says basketball and pickleball. I don't see basketball, not gonna lie. They do have two pretty nice looking pickleball courts. And then there's a dog park that we went to earlier. So there's also this dog park. Not bad, like I said before. Down over there seems to be a water leak around one of the spigots. And unfortunately with our dogs, there's no way I'd let them off leash in there because they would both instantly dive right into the big mud pit, and then I have to clean them, which I don't want to do either. So that's it for amenities. Again, it doesn't, for what this is, at least for us, as far as just a one-night stopover and then go, more than enough. Don't need pickleball courts, don't need all that. I wouldn't mind maybe $10 less a night and no amenities except for the site, and that's it. You know, but it's nice because you know you've got some version of food. It's gonna be fast food. We have some version of food. We have full hookups. I went ahead and hooked everything up. I wasn't planning on taking a full shower tonight, but now I am. I was gonna be in boondocking mode, but yeah, that's gonna, So that's gonna do it for us tonight. We will pick this back up in the morning. We're gonna try and be on the road. We got a 9-hour drive tomorrow, and then along the way, if anything cool pops up, we're just gonna record it. So yeah, have a good evening. We'll see you maybe before light. See you in the morning. Good morning. Well, we're still in just outside of Bloomington, Illinois.
decent night's sleep. I will tell you at this Love's rest stop, that's the highway. So we sleep with the air conditioner on a lot. I left the TV on. There's this thing on YouTube called black screen that has like ambient noise, so it helps. Just kind of keep it. Get a fan, that would work too. I slept great, but once I get to sleep, I'm normally out. But yeah, slides are already in, pups are in the truck. We're getting ready because I got a long drive today. I got 9 hours. I'm gonna try and make it to Oklahoma City. So let's not dilly-dally. I'm gonna drink my coffee and let's get on the road. Well, here is Love's truck stop number 2, or Love's RV stop number 2. This one's a lot smaller. That's not necessarily a bad thing. This one also seems a lot newer, but let me go toss all this crap in the rig now that it's set up. And yes, I put the awnings out. We're close to Texas. It's Oklahoma, so it's hot again. Yay. So I'm trying to keep a little bit of sun off the rig, but let me go toss all this stuff inside and I'll show you around. Well, good morning. So this Love's is in off of Choctaw Road in southeast Oklahoma City. I had to remember where I was there for a second. Sorry I didn't show you around last night, so I'm going to show you around real quick this morning. Couldn't fly a drone. There's an airport nearby, so unfortunately couldn't do that. But this is much simpler than the last Love's RV stop, so this is going to be a quicker one. And then once we get on the road, I'll talk a little bit about the pros, the cons of both, and kind of our overall thoughts. This is our site. Again, it's pretty simple. Concrete pad. This concrete pad seems to be a little bigger than our last, which is great. Had a little bit more room here, but that's because the trash cans are right there. Again, one night, and I'm perfectly fine with that. There's this little grassy area right over there, which was kind of great for walking the dogs. Nowhere near as many sites. Quite a few less sites. So I believe there's only about 20 sites in here. You have 2 over there. You have 4 on the same row we're on here, and I believe there's 4 or 5 on that back row, and then you have some pull-throughs. The pull-throughs are not very long, so I'm happy I didn't do those, because my concern with doing pull-throughs is see how much I overhanged here. And I could have gone back farther, except my slide would have hit the pedestal, so I had to move up a little bit. But yeah, you don't necessarily see. So I'm a little bit into the road, but not enough that I think it can affect anybody. The only other thing is there's a little pavilion over there, and they have some of those tables just kind of sitting out and around. And then over on this far side, so there is a dog park, but it's technically part of the Love's, so it's just outside the gate, which I didn't like. The last one, it was inside. And then that little building there is like a bathhouse / office, which there's never anybody in the office because it's automated. So that's this RV stop. You know, it serves its purpose. I would never come camp at one of these for a long period of time, but for a quick overnight, I mean, I didn't even hook sewer or water up. I just used what our onboard had. It was literally just for electricity. Now, if I had my solar system, I'd find somewhere to boondock, I'd cracker dock, I'd do one of those things. Because that's how I treated this. It's not somewhere that I would come and spend a bunch of time. The other thing about this park is for some reason it seems to have full-timers. That's a little weird. Or they just broke down here and never left, and so like they've set up camp, they've taken over. It's a little trashy, unfortunately. And this is a brand new truck stop. So yeah, take it for what you want. At first I was a little sketched out by it, but eventually it became okay once they kind of calmed down. But you know, when you're in a full-time park, we know because we keep a site in one. You know, we keep a site at a full-timer park, but everybody there takes really good care of their site, is very respectful of everybody else. Some full-timer parks are a little more of a party. This kind of gives off that vibe at first. And I went to bed early because I wanted to get up and get going, and now there's a lot of, you know, there's a couple of small Class A gas pushers. There's a Solitude 390 over there, which is funny. It's like it hurt us that we bought our Valor. Oh no. But let's let's pack up because it's time to get on the road. We're going back to Texas today. The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. All right, so end of the day, 2 Love's RV stops. I think for what they are, they're great. They're quick stops, just overnight. I never even unhooked. I would tell you that it's probably a better investment to get a solar system, then you have a backup, and you can literally do whatever you want, wherever you want, as long as it's legal and you're allowed to. But if you're looking for somewhere to stop and don't have a solar system, it's a great quick little stop. That last one on Choctaw Road in Oklahoma City was a little hard to get out of. They just didn't think about bigger rigs. I got out fine. I didn't have to back up or readjust or do anything else. But, we're long now. We're 65 feet total length, roughly. And we have, obviously a 46-foot, 10-inch new RV. So that's going to do it for us as far as the Love stops and getting back. I'm about to cross the border into Texas, and that's going to be next week's video because we're moving in. Have a great week, and we will see you in the next one.